Board and City Council are joining us today. If you haven't already met me, my name is Ashley Flynn, and I am the Executive Director here at the library. I am delighted to welcome you all here to celebrate our $2 million grant award from the Shapiro administration. This funding will enable us to undergo a transformational renovation of our first floor to improve and enhance technology access for our community. We've worked hard to identify and understand the changing needs of our users. This building is over 50 years old and has required extensive renovations for safety, functionality, and aesthetics. In the last 6 years, we've made significant strides towards capital improvements, but we have a long way to go. This critical funding will make some of our dreams a reality with a lasting impact. Our vision includes an upgraded computer lab as well as a learning lab for state-of-the-art, hands-on programming opportunities for all ages. We'll relocate our Pennsylvania CareerLink offices to provide better flow and privacy for clients and patrons. We're adding high-tech spaces that can be reserved by the public to use technology in private, either individually or in small groups. We envision businesses, students, social service providers, and much more benefiting from these multifunctional and accessible spaces. I would be remiss if I didn't mention some of the folks who have helped us come so far. We have the highest quality staff who showcase innovation and dedication each and every day. From planning the programs our community craves, to writing the grants that help fund our future, and everything in between. Our incredible board has supported us every step of the way with vision and with grace. Our local leadership at the county, city, and state level, as well as our community partners and stakeholders, many of whom are with us today, have advocated for us time and time again. And of course, our community itself has turned out to support us with their volunteerism, their input, and their own donations. With this monumental gift in funding, we will be able to advance our mission to connect our community with resources that educate, entertain, and empower. We have so much to look forward to, and we can't wait to live in a future that is more connected and more accessible. It is my honor and privilege to next introduce Brandon Carson, Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Broadband Development Authority.
Thanks, Ashley, and appreciate you hosting today and for all your hospitality. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Great to be in Johnstown. A lot of familiar faces out there. Good to see all you. So I'm excited to be here in Cambria County with the governor. Thank you, Governor, for being here with us to highlight investments in Pennsylvania's community facilities and share an update on the progress we've made on the broadband front. Since taking office 2 years ago, Governor Shapiro and his administration have been focused on getting Pennsylvanians access to reliable, affordable, high-speed internet. Over the last 2 years, we've secured nearly $1.5 billion, it's billion with a B, in federal funding, and we've worked quickly to develop a comprehensive statewide plan to connect every Pennsylvanian. Over the next several years, we plan to invest more than $1 billion in network infrastructure projects alone. While we continue working to get everyone connected at home, we're also working to ensure that our community facilities are equipped to serve as a place where individuals can access the internet. Recently, $45 million in funding was approved for 49 projects in 27 counties across our Commonwealth. These investments are being made in facilities like libraries, municipal buildings, schools, health centers, and other facilities who serve residents and provide public access to reliable, high-speed internet at no cost. Often these facilities are forced to delay needed improvements to things like HVAC systems, lighting and energy efficiency upgrades, and general renovation projects because of the associated costs. Facilities just like the library here in Cambria County will use these grants to directly serve residents through improved spaces for learning, building job skills, and accessing telehealth opportunities. And we're not just investing in core infrastructure and community facilities. Just last month, we approved more than 9,000 laptops for over 100 organizations who will make those devices available to individuals that need a device. Listen, these are historic investments that will finally close the digital divide across our Commonwealth. And today we're here with someone that's familiar with getting stuff like this done. Under Governor Shapiro's leadership, we've made a lot of progress in recent months, and we're committed to doing just that, getting it done. The governor will share more with us in a few minutes, but first I'd like to introduce Representative Frank Burns, serving here in the 72nd District. Representative?
Well, it's not every day we get the governor here in Cambria County, so thank you for coming. It was about a year or so ago. Ashley calls me, wants to have a meeting. I come down to the library here, and she tells me this grand plan. And the big question always is, how do we pay for it, right? At the time, I didn't know. I told her I would help any way I could. And then the Broadband Authority announced the grant applications for the facilities grants. So I immediately sent it out to all the individuals I thought would be able to apply, knowing the library would be one that really could benefit from it. You know, the application submitted, I brought people from Harrisburg in so that Ashley could talk to them directly and explain what this means to our community. And then I go back and I contact Governor Shapiro's office and talk to them about what this type of investment means in our community. And all of us sitting here have been in this library. If you grew up in Johnstown, this is where you came. This is where your parents took you. This is generational. And now we're moving forward in a direction where the broadband infrastructure that they're putting in place is going to allow a different type of learning here. And it's going to allow people of different income classes to be able to access the internet and learn the way everyone else is. And this is a milestone in our area because this is the type of investments in our community that will change the future of those kids. There's a lot of underprivileged kids in our area. The only way to get them out of the situation that they're in is through education. And we all know that early education not only is in the schools, but if they come to the library, we got to get those kids in here. We got to get books in their hands. We got to get them using devices at an early age so that they can crawl their way out. And that's what we're trying to do here. At least that's what I'm trying to do. And I know the library is trying to do everything they can to make our community better. But it's those relationships of how this grant process took place, of Ashley working with me, working with the senator's office, working with the governor. That's how you get shit done.
Stole my line. Yeah.
I didn't want to say, this is why we're here. I want to introduce Governor Shapiro, and thank you for getting shit done.
Thanks. Thanks, my friend. Appreciate it. Well, it's good to be with all of you, and I just want to say how awesome it is to start my day at a library. And I want to say to all the folks who work here with you, Ashley, this is a really special place. And as not just a governor, but as a father of four, Laura and I spent a lot of time taking our kids to the library, especially, where were we, on the first floor with the kids? Second floor with the kids. What a wonderful, bright place, just an exciting area to be in. I still remember bringing our kids in and just seeing their eyes light up, and they kind of run off to do something, right? They kind of explore. They know the corner that they like to read in, or the section where they want to go and find a new book. Libraries are magical places, and they deserve our investment. They deserve our TLC, and they're incredibly important in Pennsylvania. And so, Ashley, I just want to begin by thanking you and your team here. You all do a great job, and we are proud to be your partners here for the broader community in Cambria County. So thank you. I want to say, I think it is important that you heard kind of how the process of revitalizing and investing in this library went, right? Ashley and her team had a vision. That's what we want. We want the folks who are running these important institutions to have a vision for how they always want to get better, or bigger, stronger, you name it. And she brought her vision to Representative Burns, who, and I say this with great affection, is a real pain. And the reason I say that, don't misquote me on this. He's a pain because he loves his community. and is constantly bugging us for more. And that is a great thing. That's what you want in your representative, someone who has an insatiable appetite to deliver for his or her neighbors. And that's what Representative Burns is doing. And so when he comes to us and says, we need help on this grant or this initiative, that really, really matters. Now, I know Burns would agree with me, making progress is a team sport. And so I want to say thank you to your commissioners who are here, your mayor, your community leaders. There's a lot of wonderful community leaders who are here. I think commissioners and mayor, we were together, I don't know, just a few weeks ago at the governor's residence and celebrating the holidays and talking about investments that we want to make here in the Johnstown community. So it's just good to be with all of you and really good to be back in this area. You know, this is a community where I launched my campaign for governor. This is a community I said I was going to learn a lot from and would continue to come back and continue to deliver for. And I've never forgotten that, and I've never shied away from the challenges that you put forth that need to be met. I want to say this is also a community that has not just educated me and helped me, it's also helped my wife, Lori, our First Lady, who was here just maybe a month or two ago, a couple months ago at this point, working with people with special needs and learning a lot from them and figuring out how we take some of the incredible work that's happening in Johnstown and scale that up across Pennsylvania. She came home from her visit here, really changed on that, and you're going to see us make even greater investments in that type of vocational work, and we learn those lessons here based on what's happening in Johnstown. We know this is a community that needs and deserves a lot of investment, and you've got a team here that's doing that work, and I'm proud to partner with you to get that done. You know, I spend a lot of time traveling here and all across Pennsylvania, and while the terrain may look really different, right? Rural, urban, suburban communities, folks may look different in a neighborhood or on a block. The truth is, and I think this is what's so beautiful about Pennsylvania, folks kind of basically want the same four things, right? They want good schools for their kids and grandkids because they know that's the foundation for success and opportunity, like Representative Burns talked about. They want safe streets so they're comfortable with their kids walking to and from school or going out to play. They want economic opportunity in the communities that they love, either because they were raised here or because they've chose to raise their children here. They don't want to go somewhere else to find opportunity. And they want their rights and their freedoms protected. No matter where I go, rural, urban, suburban, Democrats, Republicans, you name it, that's what folks are clamoring for. And really another way to put that is they want common sense, which is what we've been trying to deliver over and over again in Harrisburg with investments like this and with some other investments that we're making across the board. My promise to you when I stood before you and launched our campaign in Johnstown, and then again at my inaugural address, and then repeatedly over and over and over again in communities across Pennsylvania, my promise to you is that I was going to make your problems my priorities. And we're working hard to deliver that. And I will tell you that we are focused on getting stuff done, like Representative Burns alluded to. Common sense solutions to these pressing problems that we hear over and over again. Common sense. Let me talk about one of those common sense solutions that we need to a big challenge that we face in Pennsylvania, and that is connecting everyone to high-speed, affordable internet. That is no longer a luxury. That is a necessity, and it is critically important that we deliver all across Pennsylvania. Places like libraries and community centers, well, they help thousands of people get connected, thousands of people be able to learn, thousands of people be able to maybe find a job. Here in Cambria County, you've got a top-notch library doing that work. This is a place that is a gateway to real opportunity, whether it's economic opportunity for that small business person who's trying to sell their product, whether it's opportunity for that mom to be able to get their kid access to a medical appointment, opportunity for that student to be able to learn with someone who's going to be able to ignite a passion that they have. Real opportunity is what comes when people are connected to one another and when they have access to high-speed, affordable internet. Here at the library, Ashley and her team are making sure that opportunity extends here in these walls where a kid can show up and do their homework and parents can apply for jobs. But then also with their mobile hotspot program, they allow people to be able to take that back home with them and continue to stay engaged online and be able to get access to the services that they need. Now, I said to one of the folks on the third floor, I believe, we want those mobile hotspots to eventually be paperweights. We don't want them to be what we rely on to get internet. We want to make the investments in the core infrastructure of Cambria County so people have access to high-speed, affordable internet wherever they go, whether they're here at the library or whether they are in a place of work or in their home. But when they're here in the library, we believe that they deserve top-notch facilities to be able to learn, to be able to recreate, to be able to grow, to be able to find that opportunity. And so Ashley's vision, supported by your representative and now funded with our state dollars, those $2 million are going to transform this library and help it grow even more and help it open up its doors to more and more people so that there can be more access to opportunity. And when folks decide that they are done at the library, they've spent the hours here that they wanted to spend, and they go home, we think they deserve to be connected in their homes to high-speed, affordable internet as well. That's a big reason why Brandon Carson is here and the incredible work he does every day. By the way, you know we've got a broadband challenge, and we've got a Brandon, so we call him Broad Brandon in the office. That's his nickname. I don't know if he likes it or not, but that's what we call him, and it is a term of endearment. But we've been working with Broad Brandon to identify the holes all across Pennsylvania. Right now in our Commonwealth, we have 254,000 homes and businesses that do not have access to high-speed, affordable internet. Here in Cambria County, that number is right around 4,000 homes and businesses without high-speed, affordable internet. I'm not here today just to diagnose the problem. I'm here today to tell you that my administration is delivering on solving this problem with common sense solutions. We have been able to secure enough funding to be able to fix those 254,000 homes and businesses all across Pennsylvania, providing them with high-speed, affordable internet. Let me break down the 4,000 in Cambria County. 3/4 of them, about 3,000 of those homes and businesses have been identified. So we know the home that doesn't have high-speed, affordable internet. We have secured the funding. This isn't a pipe dream. This is money we have in our accounts. And Broad Brandon and his team are working together on the exact plan to be able to connect that home on that time period with high-speed, affordable internet. So those 3,000 are basically in the works. The other 1,000, we've identified where they exist, and we've identified the funding at the federal level, and we are waiting on the final checks from the federal government to be able to come so that we can put all that money together and be able to get those 4,000 homes and businesses connected to high-speed, affordable internet. I want all the folks here to know this would not happen but for the leaders in this community. Your representative, who insisted that Cambria County get its fair share. A big part of this was mapping the area so we would know who lacks high-speed, affordable internet. Your commissioners and your local leaders were integral to Broad Brandon and his team to get that done. And so I want you to know that this has been an ongoing effort over the first 2 years of my administration, and now we're in a position to actually deliver on the promise of connectivity for this community and others all across Pennsylvania. This is really, really big, and I want you to know I'm not someone who likes things to take a long time. If you can't tell, I'm competitive as hell. I want to beat every other state. And so under Brandon's leadership, we're moving quicker than other states to not just map the need and get the funding, but then also get the construction underway to connect folks to high-speed, affordable internet. Now, you may notice that I marry those two concepts together, high-speed, affordable internet. Because one of the other things I learned from traveling all around Cambria County and other parts of these communities is that there are folks who must be connected to high-speed internet for their jobs or for other purposes. but it is not affordable in large swaths of this community and others. They'll charge you an arm and a leg, way over $100 just to get, 25 up and down in terms of the speed. That's not okay. And so a big part of what we've negotiated as part of this deal, as part of securing the billions of dollars and driving it out into these construction projects for high-speed internet, is that it be affordable as well. That it be about $50 instead of over $100, and that there be opportunities for low-income folks to get even greater discounts as part of this. So we understand the importance of getting folks connected, and getting connected means it's got to be high speed and it's got to be affordable. And so I want to make sure that that is a message that you understand as well, that we understand the critical importance of getting the pricing right, as well as connecting people to the internet that they deserve. We understand that by reducing that price from over $100 to under $50, that's going to save the average person in Cambria County about $600 a year. So they're going to get connected to the internet. They're going to keep more money in their pocket. It's part of our cutting costs agenda. And it's going to help create better outcomes. We know that when someone's connected to the internet in a library in their home, better health outcomes, better educational outcomes, better economic outcomes, and more opportunity for all. Look, I am honored to serve as your governor. If you can't tell, I love this job, and I'm proud to do it on your behalf. And we really do live by those three letters every day, GSD. We do focus on getting stuff done, and we focus on common sense solutions to these challenges. In Pennsylvania, we have something pretty unique. We've got a divided legislature. So we've got the Senate led by Republicans, the House led by Democrats. That means in order for me to get any bill to my desk, any funding package out to all of you, it requires us to have Republican votes and Democratic votes. And we think that that kind of common sense approach, bringing people together, we think that's how you make progress in this Commonwealth. And by the way, I think that's how you can make progress across the country. It's my job every day to get stuff done for you, to put points on the board, to assemble the team that we need in order to make progress, and to never, ever, ever forget the lessons you learn in the community. And so I kind of want to just end where I began, by thanking all of you here, thanking the Johnstown community, Cambria County, for all that you've taught me over the years. You spoke up, and I not only listened to you, I heard you, and that helped us do better work in our administration and to deliver more for you. Whether it's $2 million for this library project that's going to be transformational, or whether it's all the necessary funding we need to take those 4,000 homes and businesses across Cambria County and finally connect them to high-speed, affordable internet and create real opportunity in this community. So Ashley, thank you for having me here today. Broad Brandon, thank you for your great work and for making sure the dollars flowed to this community. I want to say thank you to Representative Burns for his leadership, for being in our ear all the time about the need to get stuff done. I want to thank your commissioners, your mayor, your local leaders, your civic leaders, your community leaders for all the work that you do every day. This is a community that deserves investment, and that's exactly what we're delivering on. So thank you all very much. We appreciate you. It's good to be back with you. Thank you. Thank you. And I want to spend some more time with the library staff, but I know we've got some questions maybe from the media. I'm happy to take a few questions before we break. Anything?
Hi, Governor Chris Mamula from the Post-Gazette in
Hey,
Pittsburgh.
Chris.
What additional power, this is separate from the broadband initiative.
Hang on one sec, Chris. I will come back to you. Is there anything on this topic before I go to Chris? Okay. Go ahead, Chris.
What additional powers or regulatory authority does the Attorney General's office need to protect health care in rural Pennsylvania?
Yeah. Look, I think access to health care in our rural communities is one of the biggest challenges we face. I start with the baseline that everybody in Pennsylvania, whether you live in a rural, urban, suburban community, you deserve access to quality health care. And we're losing too many options in our rural communities. That's what prompted me about a year or so ago now, Chris, we can get you the exact date, to launch our rural healthcare working group made up of stakeholders at the state, private sector, healthcare leaders, and others, including two big ones in your community in Pittsburgh, AHN and UPMC. Everybody's working on solutions that is going to require, in part, more collaboration, and in part, more authority for state authorities, including the Attorney General, and in part, more resources that we can bring to bear, both state and federal dollars. You can expect that in my budget address, which will occur in about 2 weeks, you'll hear me talk more about rural healthcare and some investments we want to make there. As our working group comes back with some more concrete steps they need us to take over the coming months, you'll hear us announce those as well. We've got 3 acute situations literally right now, one out by you, Sharon. You've got another one in the northeastern part of our state, in the Scranton area. You got another one in the southeastern part of our state, Crozier. Why do I mention that? Because they're all not in one place. They're all spread out across our Commonwealth, and we have real challenges. One of the things that I'm particularly concerned about, and I'm hopeful lawmakers are going to step up and do something about it, is the more private equity starts buying into these hospitals and buying into these nursing homes, the more patients get screwed and the more communities get hollowed out without access to health care. So I think we've got to rein in some of the private equity that have been making purchases of these healthcare institutions and undermining the quality of healthcare. I cite that just as one example of the kind of legal reforms we need to make. There's a lot we need to do, and this is something I'm focused on and really putting a lot of energy and effort into. Thanks for your question, Chris. Yep. Anything else? Okay. Thank you all very much. Good to be with you guys.
Thanks, Scott. Good work.